and that's how we kick it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now it's the former Badger Dare Ogunbowale, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. From the 22, Brady. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete here.
On the keeper. Thrown away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He was brought down.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Second and 4. Couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try it now with Mostert. Room here to run. He's got daylight.
Don't worry about it, baby.
30,
I ain't worried about it. Let's go.
The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers.
The ball carrier.
Raheem Mostert, 72 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. When they dialed up that 4th down run, something tells me they didn't envision it hitting all the way up in the end zone.
No, I think you're right about that, but how many times do we witness short yardage runs, stacked defensive front, everyone pressing the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, there's not much help on the backside there.
If you pop through, there's no one back there, and we just witnessed it there. A long sprint to the end zone. Probably looking around wondering, where did everyone go?
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of...
He's got a man. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 39 yards there, a big one.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Check back. 56, the mic, boys, 56. Check, 56.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
They'll take
well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Complete.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Garoppolo now. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
Now, let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
56, Mike.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Brady. It's caught. It's Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Here's Hogan Bawale. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry.
Devin White on the tackle. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
He's going to have the 1st down past the 20 and all the way up to the 35-yard line.
The ball carrier.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sean Bunting on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 37-yard line.
He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the 49ers, oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the 2nd half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to get their drive started. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try to go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Brady. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Back at the 22-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it.
Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
20-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Some good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
49er 1st down.
Hey, gun.
Now Mostert. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. He finds Austin complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Buccaneers have it. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Down at the 8.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Brady. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards, a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. This for his running back, McCoy. Not much there, only a yard.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
He's brought down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Brady. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Hey, gun. 11. 45. Mike, 45.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Buffalo's pass intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
From the gun, Brady. He finds his target, it's Evans. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards that time.
Push him back. Ozzy.
Operating from the gun, Brady eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
It's 2nd down.
A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand. Yeah,
they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Play action. Garoppolo lets it go for Nelson. It got his man complete. Past the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. J.J. Nelson, 89 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. They were still... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay,
Mike Evans, he's going to go. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 58 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Brady's pass.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for George.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Escapes the set. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And I think the ball's out. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation. They keep the football. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss. Instead, just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
Garoppolo's pass intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Brady. He's got Evans. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans. 28 yards. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further.
Niners 24. Buccaneers.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Austin on the return. The Niners.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Lets it go for Nelson. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. J.J. Nelson. His second touchdown of the afternoon. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On first down, Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Evans once again the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first.
At the 40-yard line.
Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Intercepted.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On play action, now Garoppolo. Lets it go for Nelson. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the third time. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Buccaneers.
This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
The score, Niners 30, Buccaneers 14. Today's final score, Niners 30, Buccaneers.
Well, an
14.
interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for two. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that two-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara.
Going up, a champ with the crown is here. I'ma win anywhere. Hey, so shake it like you don't care.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from Santa Clara.
Here we go. 65. What do you need?
Get away. 56 to Mike. 19.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Hauling it in, Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
49er. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this one is incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but it'll be second down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards on the ground. From the 2, here's first and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Makes the hold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And some room to roam now. It's a foot race.
Prime time, baby.
10. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, an 80-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard
line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you think to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
3rd and 4.
Lock!
56. Mike's 56.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 30.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Garoppolo's pass.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
At the 9.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop it. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
A 2-yard pickup.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.